All right, welcome. It is August already. I'm Jason Donaldson, and I'm here for the New Earth. So I'm just going to jump right into it because I'm excited to see what happens or what's going to happen this month or what is happening or what already happened, I guess, in the grand scheme of the quantum that we're in. More and more, it really feels like it's just choosing the frequency, choosing to feel what we feel, but then choosing to navigate ourselves out of it, like to get out of these old ruts of thinking that creates an emotion, that creates a behavior, that creates a pattern in our lives. And even when that pattern, we try to change it and move it on the external and it changes, like a new one seems to arrive that's similar but slightly different or looks different. And so I've been studying more of some of Joe Dispenza's work, and I've been reading texts from like 100 years ago, like these authors and occultists and writers from like the early 1930s and 40s, and I really like the nuance of it and the what they were speaking to, and it feels like a lot of the stuff nowadays is a derivative of that. So it's like going back to the source, kind of like with scientific journals, if you go back to the original study that everything is referenced, you see that very often they totally missed the whole point of the original study and it's just been referenced over and over and it's all kind of lost its main purity and essence. And so that's what I've been finding is helpful for me personally is let me go back to the old writings and even visiting like the Yoga Sutras and some of the early translations that were done from more of a Western view, since I am a Westerner, and it does help frame it a little differently. And then also reading the more modern translations from those from the culture. But I found a lot of value in that and comparing and contrasting the two. And it's created more of a perspective for me. So that's what I've personally been doing to help with my intellectual stability during this time. And then emotionally, as always, my thing is the breath and breathing. And really, what that's designed to do is bring us into connection with our consciousness and to be able to feel what's going on around us, but not be overwhelmed with that, whether that's um, sensory input from sound, um, visuals that we're seeing or the actual emotion. It's like, okay, I can breathe and be present with this without being overwhelmed with it. And even the idea of being overwhelmed is a mental concept. So it's like, oh, when I'm mentalizing, when I'm rationalizing, when I'm labeling, judging, or analyzing anything, it's the opportunity like, oh, I need to remember to breathe, especially when it's causing distress. Other times it's great to use that tool, but it's like really like I was talking about last month and the month before is like reclaiming the mind, the personal thinking mind, where it works for us, like the loyal companion versus something that's pulling and tugging us this way and that. And that's what creates the anxiety, and that's what depression is a mind that's been trained in a certain way, like a dog, to act the way it does. And we can break that behavior, and it doesn't have to be painful or harmful. There's a lot of ways, just like with dogs, we can train them and ultimately like distract that pattern and imprint a new one. And so I like some of Joe Dispenza's work with that. Like he has some interesting ways he ties things together. So I've been playing with that and I'll report back how that works out for me. And then also utilizing the breath work, exercise, and meditation, and the meditation that's just focused on the breathing and the connection with the divine, of which we are all manifested from. So let me pull a couple cards. I'm going to tune into the collective energies for the month of August. I pre-shuffle, but I always like to shuffle when I'm tuning in the moment too. That way I really get that strong connection. Okay, so I'll pull three cards. All right. So right out, we got the Ten of Cups, and this is a really beautiful card, and this is that connection with community, family, love, unity, and it's a very emotional, very like charged emotional energy. And I love this for this month and what's possible when we embrace the emotion and utilize it to manifest what's desired. And that all starts inside first. So this is the work like with meditation is first we want to feel what we're feeling and like lovingly acknowledge the part that feels it and ask what they need and be available. And then ultimately choose the higher self, choose who we are and what we're created from, which is love, peace, and joy. And so you can actually do two at this both at the same time. And so like when we really bring in that energy in relation to everything else, it can transform our whole experience of reality. It doesn't mean things don't happen that are frustrating or hurtful, but it's like, okay, I can face this and I can navigate this from my higher aspect of self. And if I'm in meditation, I can hold that vision of what that is and then actually let myself feel that and allow it to radiate out. Because what's coming up, I think, for a lot of us is the emotion of things and situations that we haven't really fully let ourselves feel. And so I've also been working with IFS, internal family systems, and parts work. I do this with clients in the therapeutic setting, and then I do my own version of that. And it's really getting to these parts that feel neglected, feel walled off, and kind of hidden deep in our unconscious, our subconscious. And there's all these protectors that are keeping us from accessing that place. And when we do, there's stuff that jumps in to protect us from accessing it. Like we don't want to feel this, we can't feel this, it's too much. And then this is the reminder that now is more of the time to let ourselves feel it and not look to the externals of why it's happening, that it's actually always been there. And I said this before, a lot of my work is around this, is that wounded part, the exiled part, the part that feels the sadness, fear, or anger is always there. And whenever it shows up, it's an opportunity to feel and lovingly acknowledge them rather than blame the external thing that we think caused that feeling. And so I believe the more we do that, the more our life can change and it's easier to navigate when that external happens. And this is definitely what I'm feeling right now is yet another thing happened in my life that is a pattern that I recognize. And I'm feeling what that brings up from my childhood and those wounded parts. And with the understanding that, like, I can feel this, I can be in this, but there's also like a truth to my being and who I am and what I can use to find balance and healing with it. And so, and then with the Ten of Pentacles at the end reversed, it's like not looking to the outside right now as confirmation of your internal work. Like as we're doing that work, things may manifest and we'll be like, well, why is this happening if I've been working so hard to like lovingly acknowledge these parts and heal, and yet this stuff still keeps happening? And my answer is because you live on planet Earth and it's super hard here. I mean, it's not easy. It's like this, it makes masters. To live on Earth is to be a master. And to remember that while you're on Earth is very challenging. And so I think this is just another reminder that working with the emotion, it we won't always have the externals to support us, but internally we are totally resourced. And what this also shows to me is like at any moment it could all flip because it's perspective. At any moment we could find that joy and peace inside and keep working with that and allowing that to heal the other parts. And pretty soon we perceive a world differently, even though there's things happening in it that are frustrating and we can get sucked into something. And this is some of the best advice somebody once gave me, a channeler that was like, just watch that you don't get sucked into anything. Don't get caught up in somebody else's like drama or patterns. And this is really a great example in the media and news is like there's this frenzy and this like groupthink that happens, and it's really easy to fall into it, and it can make the world look like a horrible place when really humans are divine, the earth is amazing, and it's a challenging classroom that's going to bring up stuff. And that's why it's bringing the masters, learning that mastery. Let me see what if there's anything else. I'll pull one more card to put a bow on that for August. Yeah, another reversal. So the Queen of Swords reversed. I'm getting this as watch what you speak. Like when emotions flare or there's anger, it's best not to say anything. And another person I've followed for a couple of years and really enjoyed their teachings would say, when I'm angry, it's because there's something I don't understand. And so I need to just get quiet and look around and realize, if I blurt out something, I'm going to be the a-hole in the room because I didn't hear something or something's not being perceived accurately because that's how this reality works. Just like with this card, is there's so much around us that we're not perceiving. And if we're perceiving it from a certain lens, it can look horrible and dark and scary, and there's no way out, or everything sucks. But at any point, it can change, and that's got to come from a different set of glasses that we wear. So with that, let's jump into the meditation. If you want to get comfortable, if you want to stay seated or lie down, and just letting yourself find your breath. You go on this little journey, asking for assistance from our guides, our guardians, our higher self, to find, to embody, and to emanate that which would be most helpful for us in the month of August in navigating the energies and dancing with these opportunities for the highest outcome for all involved with grace and ease. And so as we set that intention, come back to the breath again. And maybe there's a personal intention you have, something you would like to experience or create or have assistance with this month. And just invite that in with maybe even just one word that represents that. And in the mind's eye and your inner vision, what would that look like? How would that feel? And it doesn't have to be totally vivid and clear, but if you can find the feeling of, oh, yeah, that's it. And then whatever vision comes with that. And this time I've been feeling this a lot in the guided journeys I've been doing lately is this bird energy coming in. And so I invite you to connect with the birds. And as your consciousness goes towards birds, notice which bird comes forward, which bird steps forward to assist you on expanding perspective, soaring above the collective, while still very much being a part and feeling it, but no longer being lost or confused by it. So I'm seeing that bird like take flight, leaving an environment, and yet soaring above it. And all of a sudden, as it does that, there's this clarity that comes forth that, oh, right, I forgot about that. I didn't notice that. And the whole while we're coming to our breath, I'm going to do a 5 count inhale, 8 count exhale. So these longer, slower exhales help calm and relax the nervous system, helps calm the mind, helps release emotion that we're holding as we connect to that higher self as represented by the bird. We'll breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Full exhale. Nice and slow. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale with a smile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And release. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale again. Full inhale, the belly up into the chest, shoulders relaxed. And let it go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just stay with this breath. You stay with the breathing. Deep inhale. Long, slow exhale. Each exhale allowing you to just release a little more, to let go of any tension in the body. Just notice anywhere in the body that feels maybe a little uncomfortable or tense, maybe a throbbing, a tingling, pulsating. And then just notice, oh, it's just a sensation beyond the labels of what it is or what it even feels like. Just notice the very sensation as you breathe in. And with the exhale, how you can let go of the identification of what it means, what it is, or where it came from. And do the same for the mind, where it is the mind that's labeling and creating the feeling around the sensation. Notice what thoughts are in the mind, what images they create, and then just use that long, slow exhale to let it go. Use the inhale to focus on the breath, on the expansion, on the awareness of the body. And the exhale, how you can almost just see as you exhale, like you're releasing what that thought represented. You can feel it like flowing out of the body. As you do this, you can feel maybe a heaviness to the body, maybe the very force of gravity, inviting you to just surrender and allow your energy to drop a little deeper into the body, down into the root, down into the feet and the legs, feeling that rooted, grounded connection with the earth. So often we try to work with the higher chakras, but what about the lower three? The root, the sacral, the solar plexus, all these energies that work so hard here on planet Earth, these energy centers. So we're just going to tune into each one and see what they need. So first, we'll start with the root. And notice what you experience as you tune into the root chakra, which is right around the base of the tailbone. It's like an energetic ball or a vortex of energy spinning around. Notice if there's a color, there's thoughts that come up in relation to this, or emotion. And again, lovingly acknowledge it with the inhale. And with the exhale, let go of any grasping or clinging to needing to do anything about it. To just be with that awareness, to be the breath, the breathing in relation to that awareness. And knowing that long, slow exhale is releasing any of the attachment to it needing to be a different experience or needing to hold on to what's there because it feels amazing. that all things like to flow, all things like to be in movement. And as we do this, its natural state, its highest frequency can emanate. The mind will be like, oh, we need to bring in a color. And so just notice the mind that's wanting to try to fix whatever's happening right now. And then choose the breath and choose the breath to breathe right around where that chakra is, to lovingly acknowledge it as it is, as you would do a person, as you would do a child, allowing it to be as it is in its expression in this moment. We do not try to move the sun. We do not try to change the sun. We know the sun is a field, a ball of energy emanating always in perfection. Sometimes things obstruct it. So that's what we're playing with right now. It's what is it that's around my root? What is it that I can just lovingly acknowledge, bring my focused awareness to? And as I do, the opportunity to feel and then release with the exhale. Maybe some messages come forth, maybe an emotion. And you can just acknowledge that with, I understand, I'm here. What do you need? And then let go of needing to have anything to do other than just listen. And make him through as like baby talk is very simple. So we'll come back to the breath, breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, release, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now I'm feeling an energy come down through the crown, down through every chakra, almost like a liquid light pouring over every chakra, and it's coming down just above the root. And there's like this gentle sprinkling, like this gentle rain of this energy. It's helping to soothe and cool a bit. Feels like there's like some heat there, some expenditure. So it reminds me of when we're working, when someone's working out in a yard or in the heat, and all of a sudden this gentle mist comes. And what a relief it is that it's not a full downpour, but it's just this nice, gentle blessing, this cooling energy. Where we don't want to stop entirely, but we do appreciate the gentle moisture and the reprieve that it brings. So just let that gentle blessing fall on the root that works so hard to keep us safe and protected, strong and supported. As we're doing that, we're going to allow that blessing to go all around the hips and the legs, breathing into the hips and legs. And then using that long, slow exhale, let go of any tension, tightness, emotion, sensation that's there. Allowing for more safety, courage, confidence. Feeling that shift happening now. And we're going to invite in, it's like, hear the word lalo. So like the below, the energy of like this loving nature, green. It feels like this green, I'm seeing ferns and this beautiful foliage. And it's almost like it's wrapping around the legs and the hips, allowing for a gentle sensation of feeling grounded and protected. And how this is around the root chakra. It's inviting appreciation of nature and the beauty that surrounds us from the perspective of the root chakra. And then we're moving up to the sacral, just above. Often this has been described as two chakras, two that combined as one. So mimicking like the reproductive organs, there's this creative energy. That which created us is that which can liberate us as well. So we're inviting that energy to come into balance and harmony. I'm seeing it as like a infinity symbol, this beautiful flowing energy that's increasing in power and strength. And as it does, it emanates up into the solar plexus. Combined with the solar plexus, that intention that you set earlier, bringing that into the heart in this moment. So it's like pulling up that sexual energy, the creational energy, matching it with the intention, and drawing it up, that feeling into the heart. And then seeing the heart expand and blossom up into the mind, up into the brain, releasing new chemical components for higher level functioning and thinking, creating a new perspective, reality. This energy emanates up above the head. And as it does this, I'm seeing a shedding of old thoughts, ideas, and concepts around the neocortex. It's almost like a sloughing off or like leaves that fall from a tree as new growth, new neural pathways start to blossom. And I'm seeing that this is in relation to what a crown represents, like elevating ourselves above the human connection to natural instinct while still connected to it, but utilizing that energy in a new way to transform the heart and to liberate the chemicals and components that can create a new brain capable of higher level thinking and perception of new realities, and the blessing of the crown that comes with that. They who have elevated what was once an undirected desire into a clear, expanded intention and emotion. I'm seeing some guides come in, standing around, lovingly acknowledging the work, the play, and the compassion you have had for yourself and others, and inviting a new expression with that same energy, but free from the worry and concern of how this might impact, how others might perceive it, how others may feel, knowing that it's coming from your heart. These feel like angelic beings. It looks like they're handing you a gift. It's like the one on the left is handing a gift. See if you can relax in your focus on the hands that are moving forward. What's in the hands? This gift from your higher self connection. And stay with the breath. Remember to breathe that deep inhale, long, slow exhale. And as you receive your gift, if you're not sure what that is, it'll become clear in dream state or later. As you lovingly acknowledge the receiving of that gift, and the guidance and love and support that's all around you. Come back to the awareness of the physical body again. Here now in the space you find yourself, noticing the sounds around you, finding the sound closest to you to bring you more and more into the awareness that you are here now. Finding the sound of your breath, the beating of your heart, reminding you that you are alive and thriving. We'll do one more big, deep inhale. Hold at the top, tighten the body a little, and then let it go. Allow gentle rocking back and forth, wiggling the fingers and the toes, stretching, yawning, whatever your body is desiring as we come back more and more into this now moment. They want me to remind you to breathe into your heart, to remember the heart, whatever you're feeling. That this is your center. And deep in that center is the love, peace, and joy of God, source, oneness, always there, always ready to be felt. Breathe and allow that deep inner knowing and wisdom spoken by all the masters. The answer is inside, and it is love. Perhaps you can send that love to anybody you feel you may have wronged or has wronged you. if you're ready for that. Not making it right or wrong, just like a gentle acknowledgement of, I feel that, and I know the truth is love, not needing to do anything more, but simply acknowledge what is felt in relation to that love. Allow a long, slow exhale to release, relax, and let go of any thinking or identification with it. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes, look around your space, find what catches your eye, find the beauty surrounds you, it's emanating from you now and always. Well, welcome back. I hope you all have an amazing August, and I'll see you here next month. If you're on the call, please don't leave. All right. Aloha.